HotelTonight makes it easy to book awesome hotels at amazing rates. They're like a matchmaker between top-rated hotels with unsold rooms and people who want to book those rooms. And HotelTonight isn't just for last-minute bookings. You can book for tonight, tomorrow, and beyond. It's perfect for planners, procrastinators, and everyone in between. Find sweet deals at cool hotels you'll actually want to stay at. Go to HotelTonight.com or download the app now.
Welcome to another edition of Winging It, part of the Ringer Podcast Network. I'm your host, Annie Finberg, and I'm joined by today, shocker, Vince Carter and Kent Bazemore.
Easy happening.
We're back together. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. It's been a very long
good
time.
Holidays. Everybody had a good holiday.
Right? I did.
I'm assuming.
I did.
Yeah,
a lot of rest.
Good New Year's.
Yeah.
I did.
I was in bed by like 12:45, but
Me too.
It's the end of the year, man. You
couch.
should be tired if you had a productive year.
Vince, you were in D.C. Was there anything fun going on there?
No, we had to work the next day.
And the one time that I was actually going to step out this year, I didn't get to. So there goes that.
Because you were injured.
Yes.
Hopefully by the time this airs, you'll be feeling a little bit better.
How do y'all feel about the new year, new me thing?
I'm all for it.
What?
I have my opinion about
Okay,
it.
I
let's
got
hear
my
it.
opinion too.
So, new year, so it's 12:01, new me.
Yeah.
So, you just all of a sudden just flipped into a new person.
Yep.
1 minute later?
Yep.
Okay.
No.
Just curious. No, I mean that's just. I get it's something to give you motivation, for your journey going forward. I get all of that, but it's just like, okay, it's a new year.
My mindset is the same, but I think it gives you a good opportunity to make a change and have a reason. Like I have a hard time just being like, oh, it's October 30th. I'm going to start doing this or that. So to give me a day to start doing something.
Some people,
but my mindset is still the same. I still want to eat junk food, but I'm trying to eat healthy.
Right. So my thing is if you need the turn of the calendar to spark your ambition, then you're in trouble. Right. And, for me, I don't really have any new Year's resolution. I just want to kind of keep improving on, what I started this year.
So a better you.
Yeah.
New year, better me.
Yeah. Because,
I think that's what I'd prefer to hear.
Right. You know what I mean? So, and then it's like aim small, miss small. Like people set these crazy goals for the new year and, you're going to go through ups and downs with any new venture. So as soon as they hit a pit, and it could be early on, they're like, all right, they're back to the regular stuff. You aim small, miss small. Don't overextend yourself. And I think you got a better chance of, building that positive momentum moving forward.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. It's kind of like sports where you can just you set short-term goals or, you go month to month as far as hey, this month we want to win so many games in a month instead of say, all right, for the year, we just want to make the playoffs.
Exactly.
So we want to do this, but just say, let's accomplish, or this week we want to win 3 out of our 4 games or whatever. Right. And I think you have short-term goals, and I think that can lead you to your ultimate goal.
Exactly. And I think that's where I kind of got that mindset from, that mentality, playing basketball for so long on good teams. That's pretty much, the consensus. We're going to start small. Let's see if, at the end of the month, if we can be top 5 in defensive 100%. Efficiency, or, we can out-rebound our opponents. For the Hawks, that was one of our things, rebounding. And I saw, I've been watching the telecast while I've been home, and we've been out-rebounding the crap out of teams. So small victories, man, and it's good that, we can show that we can do that. So, like I say, aim small, miss small, and build positive momentum.
And to say this real quick, to being now, my last couple of years being on younger teams trying to develop, I think that's how we break the season down. We break the year down. Say, let's, for this month, let's try to have a winning record. So they break down how many games we have, and we want to make sure we come out even, or obviously with a positive number. So that's kind of how I try to approach things, just one step at a time. Like when you have the people who are always trying to say, I want to lose weight. Well, you can't, you're not going to lose all of your weight immediately. That's just not how it happens. You're going to have those times where it's going to be frustrating and you're trying to figure out, okay, you've plateaued because you've done this. You've hit the treadmill, or you've hit the pool all the time. So now it's time to change it up.
Right.
How do you change it up?
Right.
Sometimes that's where people get frustrated. Like, man, I've lost 30 pounds and I'm still at the same thing. I can't lose 32 pounds or whatever. So
because the grind doesn't stop. Like once you start doing something, it doesn't stop. You got to keep building on it. You got to keep going, and it's like a everyday thing. And since you were talking about weight loss, something like that. So this summer I was trying to put on weight, So, I get to, after my first 6 weeks, I gained like 4 pounds or something. And, you're feeling good. But you understand, in order to, continue to go, you gotta up the ante. And then you're gonna have your setbacks where like you're so sore that, you can't work out, or, it's something that comes up that's
the body's trying to adjust to that new weight.
Exactly. So it's an obstacle that comes out of the way. And then at the end of the day, it's how bad you want it. So if we want to talk about, January 1, everybody can say, new year, new me, but it's just, who's going to stick it out? Who's going to continue to go? Who's going to have that grit to accomplish that goal?
That's the biggest thing, and I agree. It's just your willingness to do whatever it takes to be that quote unquote new you. So that's why I say new year, better me. I'm going to better myself for the week, for the month. And then now that leads me into, or transitions me into month number 2. So now that's from January 1 going into February 1. That's my first goal. Accomplish those small victories first to move on to the ultimate victory.
And I do want to say I went home for the holidays, went back and saw my dad, and I need to give him a shout out because I'm pretty sure he is the biggest fan of this podcast. He had like a million questions from every episode. And he kept saying, John Collins got bounce, huh? Because he must have heard one of you guys say he has bounce, because he would never say that.
You were like,
I was like, he has what? And he was like, I heard someone say that on the podcast. He has bounce.
That's
and
awesome.
We watched the Hawks game there, and he was like, Kit, that was a good basket. Do you think he's going to talk about that on the podcast?
My God.
Had to give him and his girlfriend Amy a little shout out because they're our number one fan. So we appreciate him and all of our other listeners.
Well, since we're giving shout outs, I got to say a shout out to a lot of the NBA players. I know have come up to us and said, hey, I've listened to the podcast. Doug McDermott, one of them, and, Steph, definitely. And there's a lot of players, even on our team, that said, yeah, man, listen to the podcast. Justin Anderson.
Right.
There's so many guys, so I hate that I'm probably going to forget a lot of them, but say I've listened to the podcast. It's just.
There was a guy in Detroit with a sign. So after I shot, I go over to sign and sign people's stuff and cars, and he had a sign, big fan of the Winging It podcast. So it feels good, man. That's awesome. I would never thought, growing up, I would be a part of such an awesome thing. And I tweeted the other day, like, it's like bucket list for me. Like,
right, I saw that.
I retweeted. Yeah. Like the conversation you have with like legends, like it's crazy. It's like a round table discussion, talking to these guys outside the element, getting to spend time with them. It's like, bar none. So I'm a kid all over again.
Yeah, it's a good experience. We've had some really great guests too. Obviously, Steph, Dirk, Andre, everyone, and so many more to come, including today. But before we get into that, Vince was nominated top 10 for All-Star.
Oh, I saw that.
In the East.
Man, I don't know what's going on.
They got that fan vote.
I appreciate it.
The fans love you. You and Jeremy.
Luka Doncic is number 2 in the West.
What do you think about that?
Testament to, his experience, obviously playing professional basketball prior to coming into the league. When we got the opportunity to play him that first time, you can see the confidence in his game. Yeah. It wasn't like any nerves. Obviously, it's like, okay, I'm playing against some of my favorites who I'm actually wearing this NBA uniform. But
yeah, he's made for the bright lights. He doesn't back down from any other pressure. That shot he made in Portland.
Crazy
going down, and then that step back he's gotten. No one stopped it yet. So sky's the limit for him. Wish him well.
How do you think other rookies in the league can kind of pick up from that and like maybe pull from him a little bit?
Well, I think it's different for him because he's been a pro already. You play against older guys. The game's a lot different. He kind of knows who he is in a sense. As far as like what he brings to the table, what he can do, what he can't do, and for the younger guys, like Trey, DeAndre Ayton, all those the younger fellas, like they got to kind of figure out who they are, what they can bring to the table. Kind of some of the things that Luka already knows about.
And also experience some of those moments. Luka has experienced those moments, obviously, in the EuroLeague, and he's also played in some preseason games against NBA teams. I saw that he played against OKC before when he was 15, 16 years old.
That's crazy.
So he's already gotten a taste of what it's like to be in the moment. Yeah, it's not a crunch time game. It's just a preseason game, but that's big time for him. So he's taking that game serious. Right. And So, I mean, that helps. And I mean, of course, these guys play in the summer against the pros, but it's playing in the summer is not the same as playing in preseason, and playing in the preseason is not the same as playing in regular season. Playing in regular season is nothing like playing in the playoffs, and so on and so forth. And obviously, I've never had the opportunity to play in the finals, but as you go deeper in the playoffs, it just gets tougher each and every round. So, you know, this is all new water for all of these young guys, you know, outside of Luka, who's been in championship and won championships.
Wasn't he EuroLeague MVP?
Yeah, exactly. So he's been at the top of the mountain in his league. So
for people who try to compare him to other rookies, like, it's mostly about experience and not age? Because he's still 19, which is crazy.
Which is crazy. But two, I think it's opportunity. I mean, he walked into an opportunity where he can get all of the touches. He can be the guy. They're going to play through him because obviously Dirk, who was out for so long and now coming off the bench, the system is set up for him there. It's kind of not the same everywhere else. I mean, a lot of these guys are getting an opportunity to play and featured, but not like that. They're playing through Luka, and he's getting all of the touches, all of the shots. It's different, you know. And I think when we look at Rookie of the Year, I think we get caught up in and you can agree or disagree, Baze. We look at points. He's in a position to be the scorer. Ayton's in the position to be a defensive stopper. I think Trey's in the position to where he can score, but he's a facilitator. So we can't look at all of their score and say, oh, he's scoring way more points than all these other guys. But then we can say, well, Trey is getting many more assists than all these guys, so should he be Rookie of the Year? Or Ayton is, you know, rebounds and blocks, or so on and so forth. So I just feel like, what impact are you making on your team, wins and losses, so on and so forth? Is that kind of, I mean, obviously scoring, we all look at that, but you can score 30 points and be on a losing team and not impacting your team.
Exactly.
And does that make you most valuable? Not really.
And I think most NBA fans just look at points. That's like, if you don't have points, then
the general NBA fan.
Yeah,
I think
the
so.
people who don't know like the stats and why that other stuff's so important. How does it feel to be nominated for All-Star again?
It's crazy. I didn't believe it. I'm thankful. Like I said, I enjoy the game. I enjoy playing this game. I think my love for the game shines through when I'm out there, whether it's big minutes or limited minutes, few shots or not. I just love to play and love to see us win and do whatever, you know, it takes. So I'm very thankful for the opportunity, even if it doesn't even pan out to be. You know, it's awesome. That's what it's all about.
You got the oldest guy, your oldest guy to drop like 20 points or something. Yeah, it was a kind of a trap game, you know, getting home so late from Minnesota. Winning overtime against Minnesota. I didn't lay down till about 4:30 in the morning. And then you got to play that night. So big win for us. I mean, we started out sloppy, but, you know, got the job done. It
was funny because pregame, Coach Pierce actually someone said, how do the rookies get rest for this? And he said, oh, I'm not worried about the rookies. Like, if anyone, Vince, you know, who's an older guy who's been doing this for so long, he's probably going to be tired. And then you came out and had like the best game out of anyone out there.
I've just learned how to, you know, I mean, when you've done it so much, you kind of, I have a routine. I've learned how to prepare myself for back-to-backs. And, you know, I've shared some of the secrets with Baze and that's worked for me, and it's helped me as far. The biggest thing is more not even mentally all the time. I mean, it is, but it's just like your legs. Your legs are so important in this game, in a game of basketball, and obviously your mental capacity as far as making shots. But when you're in a situation where it's a back-to-back, you're already mentally tired. You can't have your legs go as well. So I just have things that I've done, you know, that's helped me, and it's worked out.
And the biggest thing for me on back-to-backs now is kind of like easing into the day. And it you know, you kind of pop up like, you know, I got a game tonight. You kind of wear yourself out. So kind of take it slow in the mornings and, you know, kind of just wake up, you know, leisurely and, you know, eat my breakfast and hang out, do my treatment, whatever, get a massage or whatever. And then you get to the gym and, you know, you get back on the floor, you kind of ease into your workout, you know, and, you know, kind of take it slow, you know, break a little sweat a little bit, and then you go out, you know, you're ready to play.
And that's the one thing I've tried to do all the time is, regardless of us getting in late, I still try to get up at a decent time, get up, get moving, instead of say, oh, I'm gonna sleep till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Then you get up, now you're tired, and you feel like you need a nap, but you don't have enough time to do so. So if you take a cat nap or a 15-minute nap, it's like, oh, for what?
Can I just wasted. Do that, a 15-minute nap?
I can, but sometimes it's just, you know, I can do it, man.
You know, takes me 15 minutes to fall asleep.
On the plane, when the descending, you got like 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, oh shoot, I need to go to sleep. Out of there. I can do it. But like on the back-to-back though, I make sure I get up and I try to take my nap around the same time. So
all right, we're now joined by 3-time NBA champion, 12-time NBA All-Star, Dwyane Wade. And many more, of course, but we'll leave it at that.
Insert applause.
Yes. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
You, man.
Thank you.
Fresh off the bus, what more could you do than record a podcast, right?
Yeah, man.
Best thing to do.
Come to Atlanta. It's a boring city. Nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
Might as well do a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
How was the flight?
I don't remember the flight. I was asleep.
Oh.
That's a good sleep.
Like we ate before I took off and
out of there.
We landed.
That's the best.
So this is a great segue because we were talking about back-to-backs and how you approach back-to-backs as opposed to, let's say, when you were younger, your first couple of years, as far as making sure you have your legs or you're well rested. How do you prepare for a back-to-back
now?
Well, as opposed to then too, both. Well, let's say now.
Now the back-to-back starts as soon as you walk off the court. Right? As soon as you walk off the court, you already now you preparing. You're like, okay, all right, what I got to do. So for me, it's like, all right. It's what I need to eat right away.
Mm-hmm.
It's protein shakes right away. It's a gallon of water. It's all these things for me is the first thing. And then it's like, all right, if we traveling, what I need to do for the plane. Am I going to pump my legs on the plane? It's all these things. So it's like it starts as soon as the buzzer say and it's like get prepared for the next game. When I was younger, it didn't really matter. Like, you know what I mean? I had them young legs. So I might have iced, I might not have.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely different now.
So Dwyane Dedman is the guy that, he pumps on our team, like the Norma Tech boots and game readies and all that stuff. So I'll look into that. I just pass out. I go straight to sleep. I'll sit beside Vince and like we eat, we chat for like, 15, 20 minutes and I'm out, bro. I'm sleeping. I am sleeping. That's my thing.
Like, so my question to you guys, like, what is, besides the leg part of back-to-back, what's the toughest part about it over the course of your careers? What's been the toughest part about back-to-back?
Early in my career, it was more mental because after a while, when I started my first year, we did 3 games in a row. So that first year was back-to-back. So it was just like the games were coming so fast to where I was just like, man, how do you prepare? How do you shut down? How do you go sleep fast enough? Yeah. As I got older, I started learning like, now, you said prepare for tomorrow. So after games, what do? The first thing I do, I lay down, put my legs up, and I put ice on my waist, and I drain my legs out. So that just kind of get me prepared for tomorrow to even have a chance. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when we were young, it was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
and then
go.
at year 4 to 7, it was just like, man. Golly. Because at that time there were more back-to-backs. Now they're trying to spread them out more, but at that time it was back-to-backs. Like you play 4 and 5 nights on a regular, and it was just like there were just so many games in a row. It was just mentally, it was more so worse than physical.
Yeah, that's me. This is my 7th year, so it's more mental than me. With me, I do a lot of work in the summers of training, trying to simulate these kind of things of
Possible.
I mean, you go hard 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
A little light day, and you try to do it again. So now it's just, making sure I'm fresh mentally, and that's getting a lot of rest. I try to get, as much rest as possible, hydrate as much as possible, and you go out and then you roll the dice. You trust the work that you put in is like, going to pay off, and you kind of just let things be.
Yeah, I think the thing now is, the hardest part is when you get on the plane.
Right.
So what the NBA has tried to do that's been a little better, I've seen around the league, is they've had some home back-to-backs this year, which has been great.
Which haven't been. It's funny. I just spoke about that. That haven't happened in a while.
Yeah, this is the first time in my career that we've had this. That has been home back-to-backs. Normally, you got to jump on a plane, and that's when you get on that plane where your body starts swelling,
swelling up. Yeah,
and that's what makes the back-to-back stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, have we had any?
No.
2 back? No.
No.
Well,
not yet.
Our schedule has been
not
boo.
This month, this January.
January is crazy.
We're home for a total of like a week.
8
entire
days,
January.
I think. Yeah. On the road 21 days in January.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you guys are doing is clearly working because you've both been in the league for quite a while. This is your last season.
Yeah.
What's up next for you?
I don't know.
I don't believe it.
No, I don't know. I mean, you get into a lot of things, you do a lot of things, And, I'm always been a firm believer of like, yo, if the door opens, walk through it and try it. So I've definitely tried a lot of things. I'm involved in a lot of business, but I don't want to know what's next yet, because I've obviously talked to a lot of guys. I've had teammates who was like, I'm doing this. And then a couple months later, they're like, this sucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just kind of want to, once I'm done, I just want to take a couple months, to spend it with my family, a couple months to go golf. Enjoy myself. Go golf.
Oh man.
Now we
Definitely in retirement mode now.
Yes, golf, man.
Sir.
Now we talking.
Then figure it out. There's so many options out here, so many different things you can do. I know I want to be a part of the game in some capacity,
Right.
But that's not the only thing I want to do. So, I love fashion. I know I want to do some stuff in fashion. So it's a lot of other things.
Any acting?
Acting?
Yeah.
No.
Broadcasting?
My wife got that. My wife got the acting part. I leave it up to her.
So you said not broadcasting?
I do want to do some broadcasting.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I like it. Like I like when I get out there and, like this summer, we had an opportunity, but, not full time, but I definitely want to get an opportunity.
Just dabble when you can't, when you want to.
Yeah, get on that Steve Nash. He's like on Golden State staff for like player consultant or something. But
Yeah.
Not really seeing him around.
That Jerry West.
Right.
No one know what you do, but
you do something.
You do something and it seems important.
Yeah,
but,
man.
Yeah, that kind of vibe.
Right on. Yes, sir.
Got a quick question. When did you know or decide that this was it? So last time we talked, you weren't sure.
Yeah.
Or were you sure you just wanted to wait it out? Or maybe you don't want to say that.
I wasn't sure. No, I wasn't sure. I mean, man, we've been playing as a young kid. You pick up the basketball 5, 6, 7 years old. And we've been playing this game for a long time.
Right.
So it wasn't an easy decision for me. Like I've been playing since I was 5. I'm 36, right? So this is what I know. This is what I've got to deem me to be great in. So it definitely was a tough decision for me. It just came down to, just like, what more am I getting out of it at this time? My body as well. My body was talking to me like, yo, bro, what's up?
How long we gonna do this now?
Yeah, you're like, yo, I gave you
this floor hurts now.
So it was just a lot of factors. Obviously, my family a factor. But like I told people, I was like, it just came down. I know that no matter if it was this year, next year, 5 years from now, I'm always gonna love this game and I'm gonna miss this game. Right. It's nothing about this that I'm ever gonna say, oh, I don't miss it, because I will. I'm gonna miss it. But I just felt that at this time, for me, I wanted to kind of be able to walk away on my own. Before they made me walk away.
Love it.
Makes sense.
Love it. I love it.
I mean, you've clearly left your mark on the league and on the game. Last night, I think it was Bradley Beal told you he picked number 3 because of you.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
I mean, it's crazy. We all, started this game. We all had someone we admired and looked up to, and we emulated their moves and the way they walked and talked and chewed bubblegum or whatever the case may be. I've had those guys in my life. I had the Jordans, the Kobe's, and the Iversons. That meant so much to me. So to be able to be in this position now where you got, younger generation, younger players, say those things.
While you're still playing.
Right.
It's definitely a different generation, because a lot of guys didn't say that back in the day. Like, we held those cards
for
tight.
sure.
Right.
Exactly.
And it was cool how Bradley, like when he told me, he was just like, after the game, he walked up to me, and we've always had a competitive relationship. We talked a little bit throughout, but not like long conversations. And I could tell when he walked up to me, this is something that he meant, and he wanted to let me know. And he just said, "Man, I've been holding this in for all this time, but bro, so it was definitely cool, man." And that's for me. And I know Vince, you're the same way. To me, that's the thing. Walking away from this game when that time comes, that's what feels the best. Is that you've made a big impact on the next generation.
Faze, as similar position, I know you play some small forward, but you had to have watched D-Wade growing up, and you had to have loved his game. Tell me some best.
And you had to get some of that action too, bro.
You didn't.
Yeah, he's part of.
He did.
So you didn't have to, but I'm sure you did.
Nah, so my favorite, obviously that Olympics when all y'all over there, you, Kobe.
Oh wait.
Boy. Oh my God. Like that's like, the best time ever. And then, my rookie season, we're playing in Miami. You and Ray Allen on a break, 2-on-1.
He talk about this all the time.
Bro,
yeah, this is his welcome to the league moment.
You like look me off, kind of threw it back. Ray Allen.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was me. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. So and then obviously now I got to the rotation a little bit, and had the honor of guarding you, and just kind of seeing all, the Euro step to the dunk and the microwave, just watching all that stuff as a kid, man, and growing up, and I always loved your grit. You play both ends of the floor, and that's something I admire about guys. Like, a lot of guys love to score the ball, but it's one thing to dominate, offensively, then come lock up the other team's best player. And, that's the biggest thing I got from you. And that's kind of what I'm striving for. So, much respect. And, Bradley Beal is, a good player too, who can basically slide into that because he's gotten so much better,
definitely.
From this year to last year. And, we're in the same Conference Southeast Division. So I see him 4 times a year, and, getting to watch you play, man, it's just, been an honor.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Now let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsors. This year, set a realistic goal to wear a shirt that fits. From collar to cuff, every proper cloth shirt is made to order. So it's guaranteed to be unique to you. Just answer 10 simple questions to get your custom shirt size. Then choose from 20 collar styles, 10 cuff styles, and 500 fabric styles, from classic to business to casual. The team at Proper Cloth works with the best fabric producers from around the world and only buys fabrics that meet their high expectations. Plus, each one of their shirts goes through quality extensive control testing, so you're getting the absolute best quality and craftsmanship. Best of all, Proper Cloth guarantees a perfect fit, meaning if your shirt doesn't fit perfectly, they will remake it for free. This is the future of shirts. Looking better has never been this easy, and it starts at just $80. Stop wearing shirts that don't fit. Start looking your best with a custom fitted shirt. Go to propercloth.com/winging today. Enter gift code WINGING to save $20 on your first shirt.
With 2/3 of guys experiencing noticeable hair loss by the age of 35, most guys assume losing their hair is inevitable as they age. Some don't care, some shave their hair, some embrace hats, but what they don't know is that there is an FDA-approved medication designed to stop hair loss and even regrow hair. That's why we're excited to partner with our sponsor, Roman. Roman makes it easy to get safe, FDA-approved hair loss treatment, all from your phone or computer. And when you go to getroman.com/wingit, your online visit is free. Consult with a U.S. licensed physician through their secure online platform. No awkward conversations with receptionists or reading bag magazines in the waiting rooms. Once your doctor ensures that treatment will be safe and effective for you, Roman's dedicated pharmacy can ship your medication to you with free 2-day shipping and discreet packaging. If you're noticing unwanted hair loss, starting treatment early is key, and Roman can help. And today, Roman is giving Winging It listeners a free online visit at getroman.com/wingit. That's getroman.com/wingit for a free visit to get started. Go to getroman.com/wingit. That was nice.
Thank you.
What was your welcome to the league moment?
Welcome to the league.
Well, welcome to the lead moment. I probably had so many.
We're talking about a long time
And we
ago.
have a lot of questions in there, so you'll have time to talk about a few things.
Okay. Well, welcome to the lead moment, though.
I mean, like when you like here. Well, let's do do you remember your first basket?
Yeah. I mean, of course. we played Philly my first game, and I got the chance to play one of my idols in Iverson. I was nervous. I was so nervous, and I'm playing a new position. I'm playing point guard. I've never played point guard before.
Oh.
And like Iverson got to guard me, and I know he's good on defense still, and so I'm so nervous. But I started off the game. I got like the first 6 points. So I felt,
Nice.
yeah, I felt good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I was like, oh, all right.
Too easy, man.
I'm here.
Yeah. Man, that's all right. Like we were talking about that. Like I think you'll never forget your first. Like I remember my first. This one don't remember.
I don't.
No, he said he don't remember.
remember
He had his welcome to the league moment.
I remember that.
Is what he remembered.
What was your first?
My first bucket?
Yeah, what was your first bucket?
Right, inbound alley-oop.
Right?
It was actually it was against Boston. Baseline fadeaway, like falling out of bounds. First one, and I thought I was going to hit the side of the backboard. And when I was like,
You're like, I tried to do that.
Let's go. Yeah, that was my first, and then I probably missed the next two after that. But that was I remember that was in the Sky Dome. The Air Canada Center wasn't even built yet. It was just being built, so it was that long ago. 98 to be exact. Actually, 99 because it was a lockout year. We started in January. Child.
Yeah, 98. I was 9 years old. I'll be 30
I was
this summer.
7. Big
5 years
3-0.
of
Shots fired?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
No.
I wasn't sure.
I'm sure you've seen Vince is still dunking in games, and he's 41.
Yeah.
Does that blow your mind a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it blows the whole world mind. Like, you know what I mean? It's incredible, you know? And I think it's what makes him more crazy because he was so explosive and so athletic, and you know, that it goes down, you know, obviously in this league, right? And he's still been able to, you know, to rev it up.
Yep.
Every now and then.
I was at the
Some nice
game
stuff,
wait,
too.
I know he's had a lot of
I know you about to say.
Vince has had a lot of amazing dunks,
Mhm.
but I seen one live that I will never forget.
Hey,
All right.
In
Lay it
my
on
life.
us.
I already know.
And it's my team, my teammate, I love him. But we was playing, he was in New Jersey, and it was like a loose ball. And Vince went and grabbed it and wrapped it, right? Real nonchalant.
Oh,
And
my
then
boy
it's
Jay
like
Will.
it was in slow motion, right? Because I was just staring. I'm like, ooh, what's about to happen? So Zoe was at the rim, and Zoe was like one of those shot blockers that stayed at the rim. He didn't come and meet you. He stayed there. And it's like Vince looked at him like, this is the moment. So I look back at Vince, and he looked at Zoe, right? Look, I'm telling the story.
Right.
But man, when Vince went up, and they both jumped, boom. And it seemed like Vince hit Zoe, boom, and went higher. And he was just like it was the best dunk I've ever seen. In
And the
person.
funniest thing about that, when he said, as soon as he said that, I remember running back to half court, trying to keep a serious face.
You had a serious face on. You were like,
Right. So let me tell you.
oh.
So I'm running beside him, and I looked at him. He was like, "Yo," I'm trying not to laugh.
You did that?
because you know
you can't hold it at a moment like
that's
that.
the TV, you can't. And we looked at him, and I was just like laughing. I was like, man, I can't look at.
I've never
I'm
seen
being
nothing like
serious
that
right
before.
now, but I remember like it was yesterday.
Bro, he's got to be the angriest dunker of all time. When he jumped over the dude in the Olympics, you almost knocked KG out, bro. You turn around, you swung, and I swear you almost knocked him out, bro. You got to be the angriest dunker of all time. This guy.
How did it feel up there?
Right.
You know, because you
At that
like
moment,
I
I-
dunked, he dunks, but how did it feel the way you went? Like how
I
you
didn't-
go?
At that point, like you said, when I hit him, and I was like, "Oh, it's like the rim's there." I'm like, "Oh, I can't miss this. You can't blow this opportunity."
Right.
And it was like, you know, when you in your mind, you know, you're going to jump. You say, "I'm gonna jump high and I'm gonna do whatever." But it's another thing when you hit somebody and they knock you a little higher. It's like I wasn't expecting this, so I'm like in a different air right now. Like this is it's good up here. You know what I'm saying? So I had to dump that thing, and I don't know. It was just.
I just got to correct you and say, I've never said that I'm going
Oh,
to
my
jump
bad.
high and do whatever. I've never had that moment in my life. It's like, I'm going
sure
up
you
the
had a
dunk
few.
and that's it.
So you don't know Kendrick Perkins.
I did.
Right? So if
yeah.
there's one person I want to dunk on, he'd be the guy, bro. He would be the
Perk.
guy, bro.
I caught him one time his rookie year when
Yeah.
he was just wild all over the place.
But he was like 285. He was in OKC when you caught him off the spin move.
He wasn't. So the thing what happened with that is we played them a couple days early and Perk dunked. He got a little two-hand dunk and I was actually like running through and he like swung and like kicked me in the head. So like I put it out recently on social media, like, you know, when they played it recently, but I was just staring at Perk the whole way down. Like, I'm gonna get you.
All right.
So when we got to Miami, I was like, I'm gonna get him. So when I got and I spent and I seen on my peripheral that was Perk,
gotta get him.
I gotta get you.
What is it about him that makes you want to dunk on him?
Because like I used to watch all the LA Boston series and whatnot, and like he would just talk so much trash, bro. He'd be out there putting the battery in everybody back. And I was a Laker guy. I'm a Kobe guy growing up, right? So you know I'm rooting against Boston. All my teammates in college, you know, root for Boston. And Perk was just the guy. Like when he was out there, you know, he brought the energy.
Yeah,
Like, the game was
He's
different.
enforcing
Yeah,
all the
you know what I mean?
toughness, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, I saw that. I was like, yeah, you know, forget Perk. You know what I mean? And he was in OKC, and Jared Jack was my teammate, right? So they on the bench arguing. I mean, Jay Jack on the bench sitting beside me, Perk out there, and Jay Jack like, yo, you trash. Perk was like, I got the bag though. And Jay Jack goes, everybody make mistakes. And like the whole bench just loses it, bro. And like, you know, ever since then, I was just like, yo, He'll probably be a great teammate.
No, that's what I was about to say. He is one of the best teammates.
I was about to say that's
Right.
he seemed like one of those guys.
Oh,
Like, you
man.
don't like him when you're playing against him,
Yep.
Right.
and you love him,
Right. Yeah.
to have him on your side.
He's a leader. Like he was in Cleveland when I went to Cleveland for that short moment, and I mean he was just there in training camp, and just like his energy, bro. You know, like he's meant to be a coach or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, around basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, he's amazing, and he's funny. Like you know,
Right.
what I mean, you think like he always had that mean mug face on.
Right.
He funny. He always laughing. Just good hearted dude. So that's the thing about this league. Like when you play against somebody, like sometimes like as a basketball player, you're like, man, I don't mess with dude.
Right.
And then you get to know somebody, you be like, oh man, he's cool.
He's one of the funniest dudes I've met. Yeah, I love it, man. That's how I think people kind of approach like Matt Barnes, man. And everybody used to hate Matt and this, that, and the fourth. You hate playing against Matt because he's aggressive. He's not afraid of anybody. One of the best teammates, man, I've ever had. As far I had him in Orlando and I had him in Memphis with that group. So I look at Matt the same way. Wow, boy,
With that group.
we had a group.
But
Zebo,
those normally
TA,
is it. Like
guys.
normally the guys that you don't like playing against, normally them the guys that you would love being on your side.
sure.
Because it's the reason you don't like
For
playing against
sure,
them.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not, the dirty players is different.
Yeah.
But there's certain players you like, man, I don't like him for some reason, but it's because of the competitiveness of it. And
they don't back down, man. It's
Yeah,
like,
they don't-
some guys you can give them the business and he back down like, all right, he done for the night.
Nah.
And then there's some of them like you can give them 30 and 40 and like, all right, I'm still here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I ain't had
Shout out to
40
Matt.
yet, so I don't know.
well, I said 30 or 40.
Okay. All right.
I said 30 or 40. You still included, but
Who's a couple of like the best teammates you've had?
Best teammates I've had. Okay, so the best teammates you had, like people ask me this question and they automatically think I'm gonna say like, oh yeah, LeBron, Shaq, these guys, and those great guys. But like the best teammates, it's like James Johnson, James Jones,
Mm-hmm.
obviously Udonis Haslem, Luol Deng. I can go on and on, of course, but like these guys who most of them probably not like most of them are not stars in his game, but they mean so much to the team. You know what I'm saying? Especially I've been on a few championship teams, and it's not all like the star players are not the glue of the team always. It's it's the guys who stay out there and work with everybody. It's the guys who can calm you down when you come to the bench. They make you self-talk to yourself. They keep talking to you. That it's just so much. And like for our championship team with the big three area, it was like James Jones that's when you see Brian took him to Cleveland with him. He was like the team psychiatrist, like everything. Like so it's always those guys who I've always appreciated and like underrated and be like, man, he's just a great teammate. Like when I was in Cleveland, Jeff Green. Like I love Jeff Green.
Jeff's great.
It's just so many guys like that I've ran into. It's been like, people win the match.
Bro, after the game in DC, bro, what were you doing?
Yeah, I saw
Jeff
that too.
To Jeff
What
Green.
were you doing?
To Jeff.
He said to Jeff.
That was right to Jeff.
Bro, this guy was wilding. I don't like watching after the game and I see it. I was like, this shit about to be all over
And then you
social
slow-mo'd
media.
it.
Yeah, I slow-mo'd it.
Little finger right to him. My bad.
Bro, with telecast like this. Right on TV.
Right at him.
I was
You know
like-
how Jeff, just laid back, funny guy.
Laid back, chill, yeah.
That's all. Showing him some love.
That
You
was
got it.
last year. James Johnson almost like killed Torian, right? That was last year. You remember that when
Oh,
he jumped
yeah.
over and like pushed him up against the
Uh-huh.
basket? That was. I almost thought he was.
James Johnson got like a black belt,
Yeah,
don't he?
right. He's a karate guy
Yeah, he a
or
big dude,
taekwondo.
too.
He got all that.
His dad was in it. Yeah, he's a real tough guy.
Yeah.
Some guys like fake.
Right,
fake-
yeah.
No, he a real tough guy.
They say he had a black belt. You know
They
what
said,
to do is
yeah, they say he can jump.
He got Torian. What? Torian
They
was
say he
like-
can jump off vertical and kick the rim.
James Johnson?
What?
James. Yeah.
Can you do that?
I don't know. What? I don't know about
Kick
it.
the-
Maybe
they say he kicking the rim.
he could. I mean,
I'm telling you
Kick
that
the
when I was in
rim?
Memphis,
And
like
now.
up there kicking the rim. Like
He was in Memphis,
He was
huh?
in Memphis with those with Zebo and TA. They always talked about it.
what?
Yeah, man. I was like, man, I got to see that.
I
I got to see that. Please do. I got to see
I
that.
don't know if he can do it right now.
I don't know.
He just got back, right?
He just got back.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he ain't doing it right now then.
When he first got to Miami, 2 years ago, he was explosive though.
Man,
He was taking
yeah.
off
Like,
on people.
yeah.
Yes.
And it was like, I didn't know he can do that because like for a couple years, he got lost on the bench in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
As I told him, he was one chicken wing away.
Right, yeah.
He had
was
gained a
heavy.
lot of weight.
Yeah, he was heavy.
But when he lost that weight and shut down, he was
Start
booming
taking
on
off.
I
people.
remember he was in Chicago.
Easy
and
hugs.
LeBron dunked on him.
Oh yeah. It
Mm.
was like at the elbow, right?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And he kind of jumped past the
Yeah.
ball.
Mm.
right through there.
nasty.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of stuff, bro.
I see.
Mm.
You remember when he dunked the Verjao?
Who's that?
Him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, stepped over him.
Yeah. What'd he say? That's how you do it. I remember that. Yes.
Man, we can go all day. These two guys got so many highlights. It's crazy.
Yo, that what's crazy about that was MJ's first. So I had just signed with Jordan, and that was MJ's first game he was at. I was a geek.
Oh,
He came to see me play. I had just signed with the brand, and he came to see me play. And so if you see the video ever, I'm about to go towards our bench, and I swerve and step over him and go back way because MJ was over there.
Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah, you see what we doing here.
Yeah, that's what we doing out here.
Yes.
All right.
Because when I signed with him, he was like, "Yo, I want to see my shoes." He's like, "I want to see my shoes on the floor. I want to see them in the air." You know what I mean? He's like, so I was like, "That's how you do it."
Oh, shoot.
There you go. Hey, I love it.
That was crazy. I miss Chris Bosh, though, man. Like, what he brought to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lefty, too. So,
you know how good he would be in this game right now?
Man.
He'd kill it, especially with his experience.
You could play small lineups with him at the 5.
Bro.
Yeah.
And
bro, I think about this so often, man. I mean, the game is where this is his game now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes.
You keep in touch with him still? Is he still in Miami?
Yeah, he's at the game yesterday. Yeah, he's lived right down the street from me.
How's he been? What's he been up to?
Family life. Trying to adjust.
He has a ton of kids, right?
He has a ton. Well, he has 5. Yeah, I'm right there. But he's just, he was trying to adjust for a while. I think now he's like finally like, coming into, his own. He's back around the game.
I heard he's trying to get back. He wanted to potentially play again.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still, at that. But like the other day he was at our practice, working with Bam, and like he's coming back around the game because I'm sure it was hard for him. The game getting taken away from you at 32 years old,
right.
31, 32 years old, when especially, and then the game changed and you out there looking like, this is when
this is my wheelhouse.
This is my wheelhouse.
Killer, bro. Killer.
Yeah.
Bam gonna be good too. Bam, he's so athletic, bro.
He'll be all right. He's gonna be all right.
He's a great rim protector. You had a chance, though.
He said you had a chance.
He had
you
him.
did have a chance.
Bro.
I did.
You had a couple times. You just get up there and you just turn
he's not. He's nice now in his older age.
Man.
You know what I mean? Because he was ruthless back in the day.
I just told. I said, man, I'm nicer now. I was like, man, I don't want to hurt him or me.
Hey,
just
bro.
in case. And that's what I told her. I said, man, please, I
be under there to catch
ain't want to hurt us.
I'm gonna catch you. I'll be there.
All right.
Just
New
do
year.
It. Just do it.
New mentality.
New year, new you.
No, new mentality. I guess I'm gonna try one. I'm gonna try somebody this year.
Please.
All right, we'll see
I
what
need
happens.
it.
What I remember about the young Bays is just swinging the towel on the sideline of Golden State. And like we was like, like someone who does that, we like, man, he can't hoop, bro. There's no way he can hoop. He's just a hype man. And then he got a chance to hoop. He's like, oh wait, he can play.
Oh man, and he can play.
Yeah, because at first he was on that sideline with Golden State, waving that towel, talking all kind of stuff.
Talking
like,
crazy.
who's this dude on the end of the bench?
I used to talk so crazy,
He's
bro.
so crazy down there, bro.
Hey. I had to stay locked in, man. I had to stay locked in, bro. Those, just like sitting back, watching that, watching the game. I'm kind of glad I wasn't submerged early, because I got a chance to really appreciate, the game of basketball and see, 2012, you guys were freaking humming. It was when you went to Miami, it was all white, everything, like loud, alley-oops. Like it was crazy. And they used to shift so I'll never forget. Like these guys were shifting everywhere. Like somebody drive middle, you got a guy at the nail, he closing out to the body. Like I'm talking like defense on point.
Our defense is on point.
Right, defense. Because I played against Norris Cole in college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was on y'all squad.
Yeah.
And
Cold world.
His draft tape, I'm all over that zone. He plucked me twice at half court, like just straight clamps. And I was like, yeah, that's a good fit for him. But dude, it was just so good to kind of sit back and not only pay homage to, but just see where the bar is and try to grow into that. So
you don't see young guys now with that approach or mentality. Like I want to take my time and learn to be whoever they look up to.
Right.
They just say, "Oh, I'm in it now. I want to be like him." But like, do your work.
Right. You gotta pay your dues,
man.
Your dues. Regardless if you're paying or not. Regardless if you get minutes or not. Like it's still a period
Humble
where,
yourself, man.
yeah, like you gotta respect these dudes, man. Like, obviously there are like some anomalies, like LeBron's and Ben Simmons, like these guys that come in and impact the game right away. But if you're somebody that has to grow, like take your time, man. Like you don't have to be great, day one. Like when you lead the game, for me, when I lead the game, I want to say I was the best player that I can be. So it's not, a next year thing for me or 2 years from now thing for me. When I'm done, I want to continue to get better every day when I'm playing. And I'm not putting pressure on myself to be somebody, right away.
Bars.
So you just had a baby girl. Kavya, is that how you pronounce it?
Kavya, yeah. Yeah, look at you.
Hey.
Everybody don't get that right on the first try. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Kavya James is her first name.
And tell us where that came from.
Which one? Which part?
All of it. Kavya.
The whole shebang.
Kavya and James.
So the easy one is James, right? So me and my wife, we like women with male names. So my wife's godfather / uncle name is James, and he's the most influential person in her life. And she wanted his name in our daughter's name. So that's where the James came from. And Kavya, actually, we kind of made it up. So my wife seen like this name Tavia, Tavia, in the credits of a movie back in the day, whatever. And she held that here. And I always wanted my daughter with a K name. Don't ask me why. Don't know why. I just wanted my daughter to have a K in her name, like her first name.
That's the way to go.
So we put it together and added an extra A so people can pronounce it, right? And there you got Kavya.
Yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, it would have been Kavya.
Yeah.
Right? That's
and
what
people would have really messed it up.
Yeah.
You're a young fella hooping too.
My son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doing all right.
All right.
We about to turn it up this summer, though.
There you go.
Pop's about to retire.
There you go.
Just
And
about to ask that question.
Thing.
Now, is it like Pop's about to retire going to be like coaching, or it's like Pop's about to retire like when you're doing wrong now, like not but like coaching. Like,
No,
does he want you to?
He want it.
Oh,
He wants you to
that's
get
good.
him right.
That's
Yeah.
good. I like
That's
that.
all right.
He's
I like
there
that.
now. Like it took a long time for him to get there,
Okay.
but he's there now.
Now he's one
I
with.
like that.
Yeah.
I
So like the
that.
other day, we played at like 6:00 in Miami. I forget which game. Minnesota, and he came downstairs at like 9:30. He went outside to work out on his own, and I went out there with him, and I went a full workout. We out there to full workout. I'm taking him through moves and everything, and I was like, I'm more excited to do this than to play at 6:00 tonight.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Because I know what I can give him.
Right.
And he picks up things fast. So I'm excited. That's helping me be excited about the game because I'm excited just to see, what happens and like how he's going to approach, this basketball journey. No pressure on him to be anything. Just want him to be his best self, as we talked about. Whoever Zaire Wade is going to be. I always tell him, I always say, listen, you don't have no pressure to be Dwyane Wade because you're not Dwyane Wade. Your name's Zaire Wade. I named you Zaire for a reason. I named you Dwyane Wade III. I named you Zaire Wade. You're your own individual self, and that's all you got to be. So I'm looking forward to it.
But the cool thing about it, I think, for him is like a lot of these kids, like when he goes and play, I saw a video when the other thing was yelling at him, overrated, whatever.
Yeah.
He's not bothered by that because, bro, like he's playing against your high school team. You know what he was doing in the summer?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They tend to forget that.
Right.
Like, I'm not bothered by
Right.
this little kid. You got to say, this your best player? Cool. I'm not bothered by that.
Yeah. We playing
That's
with
what I like.
pros, you know what I
That's
mean?
what
Like
I'm
this
saying.
summer
Like,
I had him out there in
tend
LA
to
with
forget
the
that.
pros.
Like,
Yeah, that's all,
Rick.
I've been following him, man. It's fun to
dope,
watch,
man.
man. It's like good to see that.
Just to see him.
Not even the second generation, but these kids are 5, 10 years out of the league, but it's kind of good to see where the game's going, and good to see that fathers that play in the league are fully invested in. If their kid want to do it, then I'm gonna put everything I got into it, and it's gonna be crazy to see what product comes out of that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Like for the first summer, I got a chance to go to Vegas for the AAU tournament. Out in Vegas. My son was out there. I played him on a Nike circuit for the first time because I've been slowly pushing him.
You have your own team?
I have my own team, but we're not. I'm leading, so we're not on the circuit.
Oh,
how that works.
Gotcha.
The Under Armour circuit.
So, so
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
So I put him on the Nike circuit.
There you go.
For relationship based, and So I went out to Vegas, and it was everybody. Obviously, Brian's son was out there. Melo's son is younger. He was out there. My godson, D. Wright's son, was out there. So I'm going to every game, right? I'm hopping. I'm going to all these games, jumping in the car. His game started this time, and I had so much fun. Just being around the game, being around just pure basketball. I know AAU get a bad rep, but for parents and family members to be able to go and support your kids and nephews,
to actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool to have that. You know what I mean? So I definitely enjoy being that dad, and I'm on the sideline.
Yeah, I got one coming in April, man. I'll be a dad in April. Yeah,
congrats.
I'm hyped, bro.
He said, "I'm hyped."
I'm so fired up. Yeah, I'm fired up for it.
She's showing now too, huh?
Yeah.
Last time I saw her,
you know what it is?
It's
we're waiting. Yeah,
I think it's a boy.
Hey, we'll see.
The whisperer over here.
Yeah, I knew she was pregnant too, so I'm just saying.
The whisperer. What you think about these kids now? What they doing in high school? You see some of these videos,
bro?
What's the kid that went between the legs in the game?
The one with behind his back and dumped. Man,
I ain't seen that.
It's unbelievable. Bro.
It's unreal.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's
like what?
I don't even know what to say.
Exactly. Like I see him now, I'm just like, oh my goodness.
I'm watching women basketball in high school.
Oh, the chick that dunked?
Bro,
what in the world? Statue,
and did you see the next day that they put out a video of her doing different dunks or throwing the ball, catching them, and man,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Like it was one of them. Like the score was like 2-0. Like she ain't that loose yet. I don't think she took off. Like ain't no counting your steps. It's where the game is going, bro. It's
that's
amazing.
what I said. You gonna see girls just doing drop step, boom.
That would be
on
fun,
a regular.
Though. That'd be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I always said they should like lower the women's run to like 9 feet, so you can see like Angel McCarthy, bro.
9.5.
Angel McCarthy back in the day. Well, even now, she still got it. But I'm like, should have been.
Where the next generation going, 10 is about right.
Yeah, 10. Yeah.
10 is about right now. They taking off, man. And so it's great to see. Like I told my son, I'll be like, listen, we're going to have to work on this skill because you got like a little athleticism. Yeah. You ain't got what they got. So let's get all this right.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You're going to be able to dunk.
That's the truth.
But,
yeah, you'll beat them between the ears.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to have to lean
just
on.
Don't think you're going to go block that.
No, sir. Swipe through.
Man,
right through swipe.
I tell all my young kids, man, hey, don't take a charge either. Yeah, run through swipe.
But they're going to step on your face.
Get out the way.
What about how high the kid from, I call him a kid because I'm older now. From OKC the other night when he tried to block.
First.
Man,
you see how high he jumped,
It was
man?
the shoes, though. I'm going to tell you.
There you go.
What do you have?
Let me guess, he had Under Armours on.
Wait for it. Yo,
that was crazy, though.
Dangerously high. And yes, he was nudged a little higher. It don't matter.
Shannon Brown was
that's
like
dangerously
the
high.
guy though that was crazy.
Shannon Brown had that.
Yes,
Shannon Brown had that.
Shannon Brown jump was crazy.
Yes, he did.
Man, that's another level, bro.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why would you even want to jump that high? It's scary up there, bro. You have people like shoulders.
Sometimes. It's an advantage sometimes. Yeah, but like when you start jumping up at that level, when you start your feet and start clipping people in the shoulders, that's dangerous.
Yeah, you gotta be smart when you jump when you go that high.
What's up, bro?
Was that a humble brag?
Right, yeah.
No. Okay. Nah, I said shoulders. I ain't said over. What up, boy? Stop. Nah, bro, that's dangerous.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm
a 2-foot jumper.
I'm going.
You're a 2-foot jumper.
I don't matter.
It'll what?
I got long arms.
So what do you prefer?
I like 1 foot.
When I was jumping, 1 foot.
See, but you got
I wasn't at my best.
effortless like 2
I wasn't
foot,
at my best.
You can jump 2 foot with straight legs.
I have to. Yeah.
Right. We gotta load up.
Right. You know what I mean? Like that's the timing. That's that split second you got on me. I gotta load up.
That was because of volleyball.
Volleyball.
Yep. Did it in high school. It started off as a funny joke, like and it ended up benefiting.
What thing you understand about older athletes is they always got something out the ordinary that they did. Like Kobe just came out and said he was tap dancing like one summer. Like
I saw that.
These older
I was like, man, get out of here with that.
I gotta come up with something. Before I retire, I'm gonna come up with something.
Hey, man.
He talking about volleyball in the sand, on the beach.
I'm from Florida,
No,
bro.
I believe you, but I'm just saying.
I'm from Daytona Beach, Florida, brother.
That is God given. What you think? Got nothing to do with volleyball. I play volleyball too.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was going to say. You're just an
Right.
insane athlete.
Yeah.
Volleyball,
I promise
soccer,
you, I
I
felt
don't care.
volleyball help my second jump.
Okay.
All right, I'm
Okay.
done.
Bro, how many
We'll let you have
40-year-olds
that.
still windmilling?
0. Well,
4-year-olds?
1.
40.
Oh, I'm sure there's a few out there.
Yeah, they out there on that hard. They out there on that asphalt windmill too.
Concrete.
Yeah.
He's real bad.
in dunk contests.
This dude, nah.
You think he should be in the dunk contest?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do I think V said?
You can say no.
You can say no.
It's
Wait,
safe.
I mean,
No, be honest when you say this now. Go ahead.
he gonna win if he do.
How?
Because just because
Right.
he getting a 50 almost every time.
Long as I make my dunk. Long as
you make it, they gonna be like, oh. I think for like, just for like
I got a few that I could probably make.
for the heck of it and for like just
man.
entertainment purposes, it definitely would be cool as a fan to see.
Can you go between legs still? You think?
Yeah, but I got to stretch first.
Gosh, what? I don't
Vince
know.
Carter for the dunk contest
did it.
2019.
I did it one
I'm with
time in
D-Wade signs up.
I'm with that, bro.
Co-signed.
I'm co-signing. I'm
I
would
feel
say,
you.
let's get a hashtag.
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
say no.
Let's get a hashtag.
No,
Let's
they
go.
already did that.
Oh,
Rachel
okay.
Nichols already started that.
So let's
man.
keep it going
Nah,
then.
it's dead. It is dead.
He said it's dead.
It's dead.
So Vince said he's afraid that it's going to tarnish his
The other one.
dunk contest. But it's like you're
Because it's just
a
like
whole different person.
I agree with that. That was
Yeah.
19 years ago. That was a whole lifetime ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he did shut down dunk contest history forever.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
I mean, it's been cool since.
Over.
How come you didn't do it?
I wasn't ever creative. I was an in-game dunker.
You know what?
In your face.
I love hearing that
In
for a
your
lot of
face,
reasons,
dunker.
man. Like because there's a lot of people we look at in the league that I'm saying we like, man, because of what they do in the game, that doesn't mean it translates
Right.
Right.
to the dunk contest.
Yeah.
And there's some people who feel like they can do it. And we've seen some crashes and burns. Right. So I get asked all the time, like, do you think such? I'm like, in the game, they give you what you want. But now you're talking about being creative.
Yeah.
Like you think outside the box. Like that's what it was. Like that night, I had a routine. And once, the vibe and, Ricky Davis, I'm seeing the layup line and some of these guys, I'm like, man, I got to think outside of the box. And then that's what happened. But it's just because I had a creative mind and it worked out. Like most of the stuff that night, I made that stuff up that night.
Yeah, I ain't got
Like
nothing.
I had never done the arm in the rim before. I'd done the reverse 360 windmill, but I was barely making it. But it's that night, I don't know.
Bro, you could
Yeah,
have
you
did
get that extra. That's what I'm saying. So this year, what you would be able to, what you would be able to do on that night,
Hey, you do that long right?
it would be amazing.
I'm
Just
done
gonna
with
throw
that.
it out there.
Yeah, I'm done with that. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Golly.
You think JC should be in the dunk contest? John Collins?
I mean,
He could dunk, but like you
he got
said,
some stuff.
It's the creativity.
I mean, you
He
guys
some
see him
stuff,
on
but
the,
it's just-
on the regular.
But bro, you gotta be really creative.
You gotta be creative.
Yeah.
I want to see Zach LaVine and Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross got bounced. He got that one leg.
DJ Steffens.
Oh yeah. But is he creative though?
Right.
I just saw the one joint he caught.
Google him.
What was the guy name that you said?
I had him in Memphis.
Yeah, he
Okay, so
played for the
James
Knicks.
White, right? James White used to take off, but he got in the dunk contest, and it was
That year,
different.
That year. Now his McDonald's dunk contest. Y'all remember that?
I remember that.
Lines.
From the free throw line.
I remember
when he
that.
touched
Mills.
his name.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But he got in the dunk contest, and first of all, he couldn't even dribble to get the.
Up his knee.
I was like, James, come on, because James went to Cincinnati. I've been doing James in college. I'm like, come on, James, let's go. And it didn't translate in the NBA dunk contest. So it's tough when you out there. I'm
Man,
sure.
it's a lot, bro, you got legends sitting courtside. You got fans all over the place. I can't imagine. And you probably sitting for a minute.
And you sitting there. Yeah, that's another thing. Like a layup line, everybody loose, but then you got to go sit.
Because you're getting that opportunity back to back. It's different then.
And what if somebody do your
Commercial
dunk?
break.
Bro.
What if somebody do your dunk before you?
That's why
I'm going
out of the box just because of that right
Now
there.
you messed up.
I'm going to do the same dunk.
I did mine
That's all
better
I
than
got,
you.
bro.
Mine was better than his.
That's all I got.
Man,
So you do it.
I'm
You know
trying to
what?
think
In your dunk contest, T-Mac actually did very well. Any other dunk contest, take you out of it. T-Mac wins that dunk contest.
Steve Francis did too.
Steve Francis too.
And then low key, Ricky Davis was doing something, but like it was just it was overshadowed. I ain't gonna lie, because like I remember watching like Mac, because Mac didn't want to do the dunk contest. Like right before, he's like, "Bro, I'm not doing this." What? You're here now, and he was like, "I don't want to do this." So watching him, and then Steve Francis, like I knew Steve had bounce, but there again, it's
Yeah,
like, does he have tricks? Does he have is he creative? And then he started the one bounce when he caught the jump backwards and all that stuff.
Every day was a bounce.
Oh, okay. So we got to go with it.
Ricky Davis he was on the fast break in the game.
Between the legs.
Went between the legs, missed it. And
took
then
one step to the windmill.
And windmill, that was crazy.
That's nuts.
That was great. I just seen that highlight recently.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just seen it. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
He was that athletic. People forget, he was that athletic.
No, he banged on Steve Nash, I think.
Oh, my God.
Statue of Liberty.
Yes, he did.
Knee in the chest. It's that one
He
leg
kinda
bounce,
jumped
man.
up. Yeah.
It's just crazy now that people are more excited to see the 3-point contest than they are the dunk contest. So, everybody, they get a lineup with James Harden, Steph, and Clay, and all these guys. Everybody be like, here we go. You know what I mean?
Hey, no lie. That'd be nuts, though.
It'd be just
Imagine
nuts.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it was all about dunks.
That was all about that dunk contest.
Like if Brian getting the 3-point contest, everybody gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
What he gonna do?
What he gonna do? Where you gonna shoot from?
That's put LeVar Ball in that jump. You saw LeVar Ball, you saw him shooting threes?
I saw that.
LeVar was shooting threes?
Yeah, after
he shot like 8 shots, hit the rim twice.
he was one for.
He could be Michael
He
Jordan.
won
Isn't that
one
what he
for
said?
nothing.
He was one for. He made one.
He made one?
Mm-hmm.
I stopped watching.
You had to watch the rest of the video.
I stopped watching.
What was
Hey,
that
let
on?
that shit creep into my shot. Well,
I don't even know.
it was probably Baller's Life. I don't know. One of them.
You can find it.
All right. We're going to do our last segment, which is called In My DMs. We got some requests of questions for you.
In my DMs.
Bobby2700 wants to know, what's it like having a diehard Nebraska fan as a wife? Hashtag GBR. I don't know.
Go Big Red.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Go KU.
It's cool because my wife loves sports. So it would never be a time where I had to worry about her telling me, I'm watching too much football or too much basketball.
You got to worry about it.
I ain't got to worry about it. But it's cool because I never had a football team and college football team because Marquette didn't have one. So I'm able to, to get in with her and like enjoy, being a Nebraska fan. And she's like, I didn't know my wife until we went to Nebraska football game. That's when I was like, oh,
this is who you are.
This is who you are. She is really like a real.
She's a fan. Like,
yes.
Gets into it.
Yes.
Shout out Eric Crouch. Y'all remember Eric Crouch? He was a quarterback there. Then he got drafted by the Rams. They moved him to receiver, and then he retired. She probably knows.
Oh, definitely. She definitely knows.
Yeah.
But we got an area in our house that's all Nebraska stuff. And taking over.
Dope.
Corn Huskers.
Your wife's the GOAT, by the way.
She's the GOAT.
Yeah, you're a GOAT, but she's a GOAT. Goat life. What's that like?
GOAT life.
Okay. Allie1099H wants to know, what's your best Shaq and or Gary Payton story from the 06 season?
Oh, shoot.
So one of my favorite Shaq stories that's PG is here in Atlanta, Shaq decided to come to my room, right? And Shaq came in my room and I think my room was probably smaller than this. I think they upgraded. So I had one of the small rooms, right? And this was when I had got the nickname Flash and everything. And Shaq walked in my room. He was like, "Nah, Flash, you can't live like this no more." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Come to my room." I walked to his room and I swear, even though it didn't, it felt like it had like 3 levels in that mud, right? He was like, "You a star now. You got to start acting like a star." Like, so he gave me this whole thing of how I need to start living like a star.
Oh my God.
So I played it to it. I was like, I want sweets on the road. But like, for me, that was like, and he did that to my house in Miami. He came to my house and did the same thing. I had a little $500,000 crib, which I was like feeling good about. And he was like, "No, Flash, you got to start living like a star." And then I did something I should have did. But that was one of my favorite. When I bought something that I couldn't afford at the time. GP. Let me see. GP. One of my favorite GP stories. I don't know. GP was tough, man. He was just
a character. Plain simple. I had him in the Olympics, so I already know.
GP was tough. Like, I love GP because like he would guard anybody. He didn't care. GP come to the game, he don't care. GP was like 39 when he played with us, and he would guard anybody.
Bro, he was guarding Jordan. I had a confidence too.
Yeah, he didn't care. But it was what was crazy, and I saw it early when GP was like guarding guys. Guys get the best of you, and the younger guys started like, he was called the glove, and the young guys started like coming at him like Bays more on the bench that wasn't playing. will say something to him, like, you like call him the mitten or something like that. LGB was so mad.
Not like that.
Oh, no, he ready to fight. He ready to fight. Like, it ain't basketball no more. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, that's one of my favorite GP because GP will get hot.
Yo,
whenever somebody say
hilarious.
something.
The mitten. That's crazy.
Not like it.
I'm gonna next time you post a picture, I'm gonna comment.
No, Eddie, he won't stop.
Hey, but listen, on the record. I love GP because when we played, GP would guard the other team's best offensive player when I needed a score. Like, right. GP, I'm tired.
Go get a
score. Go get it. GP will come in and he gonna get in them stands and he gonna do it. GP, I appreciate you, bro.
Brian Booth says, did you ever consider suiting up with LeBron in LA this season?
No.
Point blank pert.
Skirt. That was quick.
That was too
quick. That was too quick. All right. We know you're on a no wine who dis D-Wade season, but
No, let's not. I got my own wine, so we can't say that. I'm just on right now I'm just trying to clean my body out for the new year.
I need to give you my address.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
the good Pinot
body right
All right, so for the record, D-Wade loves wine. Hugh Spencer wants to know, on a sunny afternoon in Miami, what wine are you drinking? Your own.
Yeah, I'm drinking Wade wine.
Point blank.
What's your favorite Wade wine? Do you guys have different kinds?
Well, I have Cabernet. I have a red blend, and I have a rosé. I like my red blend. It's the easiest one to drink. Quick, right out the bottle, crack it, go. So it's called 3 by Wade, the red blend.
All right, last question. What was that?
Yin yang.
Oh, I thought it was a.
No.
Okay.
Zach,
Zach,
catch you up.
Thank you. Zach JD95. He has 2 questions, but we'll go for one. Toughest defender you faced throughout your career?
That's tough. I would say. It's hard to say one name, but Tony Allen.
I was gonna say TA.
Tony Allen,
be top 3.
When I first came in the league,
you don't have TA hanging on the moon right now.
Bro, Tony Allen was a mother.
2 people I know TA love. D-Wade and D-Rose. That's his guy.
Shot-Town.
Yes.
Shot-Town,
he is Shot-Town or nothing.
Yeah, he is.
So I know he's going to love to hear that.
And when I first came in the league, run our tests, he was so big and strong.
And can move his feet.
And can move.
That's unreal, yeah.
And that's when they let you put your hands on players.
Oh, man.
And he roughed me up, boy. When I first came in. When I got a bucket on him, boy, I felt so good. Those 2. Who else guarded me well? One player who guarded me well, and I hated it when he guarded me. Lindsey Hunter.
Oh, he was my coach.
Hunter, bro.
Lynn's one of those guys that he get up under you.
Under you.
That's Will Bynum.
He played like a stiff arm, so even if you beat him, he plays like this. When you keep
the box.
Yeah. I mean, it was unreal.
I swear he guarded me in the playoffs, bro, and I couldn't get out his box. I had to throw the ball up to somebody and get it at half court, because he was keeping me in his box, and his feet were so quick.
That's Will Bynum.
Yeah,
Will Bynum for me.
Yeah, he's strong.
Shout out to Lindsey Hunter, man.
Yeah, he was my coach. Lindsey was my coach in Golden State my second year. Yeah, got to know him a little bit.
Give the old guy some love.
So you were voted second amongst guards in the East for All-Star. You trying to go to All-Star this year, your last dance?
I have 12 All-Stars.
You sure do.
I've been very blessed
12 of them
to be there 12 times. So it's obviously cool, because, the fans, they want to see certain players in. But, when it comes to All-Star and who's having a better second half of the season, you want to see somebody who's having a great second half of the season, probably their first time maybe getting in, get that opportunity to go. So I definitely appreciate the love, but it's not just fan
enjoy
votes.
Them 5-6 days.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be there. It's my last year, so they got me there. But I played in 12 All-Star games. I mean, what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna be playing golf.
Shoot a fadeaway in the game. Nobody will see that.
Don't get me. Yeah, I played. You can't say that now.
Vince got voted in too. Vince was like 7th.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shit. See, look, it's good that they changed the rules for older guys now, because it's it's not all just fan vote for starters. It's 25, whatever the case may be. So I'm not concerned. I'm not worried about getting in. It's not gonna happen. So I'm cool.
I'm gonna be playing golf, man.
Yeah, I want to go somewhere for a couple days and play some golf, man. Before we get back to the season.
Down near Boca Raton. hour north of y'all.
Yeah,
and playing some golf, man. So
I don't know where I'm
trying to
be.
roll. Let me know.
I'm gonna be everywhere.
look at
about 72 holes in
Nah, I'll probably be
4
in
days.
Bahamas.
Oh.
Good weather.
Yeah,
I tell you where I'm.
Yeah, Albany.
Yeah, I gotta play that course.
I get down there this summer.
Yeah, I'll be there too.
Look at these golf conversations.
Someone
We always got to throw it in.
someone commented and was like, "This isn't even a sports podcast. This is just two old guys talking about how they want free golf product or something." I was like, "Damn!"
So I
Did they reach out to you?
not yet, but I have Ping clubs.
TaylorMade just dropped their new M5 and 6. Let me know, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what kind of clubs you play?
Whatever you give me. I ain't good yet, so I'm playing whatever right now. I'm trying to figure it out.
You got a lot of coaches down there in Florida too. So
I haven't got that. I haven't. I've just been doing it on my own. So far because I'm just trying to learn, just enjoy the game.
Right.
Because once you get to that point, the coaches now you start getting frustrated. I don't want to be frustrated right now.
I will say this though. I think that's the thing that's going to help with the competitive edge though.
Yeah.
It'll help bleed it out. Because that's what we do for a living. That's why I love golf because you get to continue to compete. Like over the summer, that's what I do. I play a ton of golf. I train obviously, but I play a ton of golf to keep that, that sharpness. And for you, playing finals, 3 championships, and the track record you have, it's gonna be tough as hell when you don't have anything to like compete at. You're gonna find yourself playing Monopoly with the family straight spazzing. You know what I mean? So golf will help.
That's why
that.
I picked it up. Like I always knew that once my career winded down and I had more time to focus on it,
right?
That's when I knew I wanted to do it. So that's what. That's why I have
coaches down there by you.
Yeah, it is.
Bro. Oh yeah,
that's good to hear.
Yeah,
I went to dinner last night. After the game, I walked over to dinner last night to CP was in. Chris Paul was in town, rehabbing. As he get back.
Yeah.
And bro, we was at dinner for about an hour and a half. We talked golf.
Yes, sir.
For about an hour and 27 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Like it's just
Crazy.
the conversation is just different now,
man.
Right.
Yep.
That's all we was talking about last night was golf.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm in. I'm all in.
Love it, bro.
Cal God take me away.
And I'm gonna tell you, once you get that first lesson and you start figuring out, you can be like, this is it.
Yeah, right.
That's it. That's what it is. Like I started the same way, like on my own. I was watching a lot of videos. Like when you play, like, obviously an athlete, you can pick up things by just studying it, looking at it.
Yeah.
And that's how I did it. And then when I took that first lesson, I was like, what the hell was I doing? What was I waiting on? And then I just took off to where I am now. So I definitely recommend
I'm
it.
into this summer.
I'm sure now you're gonna get all the best coming for you. So go for it.
Yeah, you're gonna get some love. And then I got that TaylorMade, plug, man. Let me know. We get you right.
We get you right.
We get you right. TaylorMade, where it's at, man.
But you can hit ping clubs far.
Yeah, we like to play shots though. I like the curve left,
See,
right.
they talking a language that I ain't picked
I
up
know.
yet.
True story of my life.
Whole nother
That's why
language.
I just sit back and wait till they're done talking
I
about
like
golf.
to draw, brother.
I want to stop it like 3 feet from the hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Oh, you want to get it right there.
Oh, dude, I love golf, man. I do. You want to talk some golf? We can talk. We can talk.
Dirk was just on the show and he told us that, do you guys remember his car story?
Yeah.
He had a rental his whole rookie season
man.
and he said he thought there was no AC. He said he sweat every day in Dallas in that car. He didn't know there was a button. Like the last day in the car, someone was like, you just hit that AC button. And he said he had no idea that you needed an AC button.
In Texas, in Dallas.
Yeah, because in Germany, it just turns on, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, that is it for this week of Winging It with Dwyane Wade. Thank you so much for coming, D. Wade. As always, don't forget to give us 5 stars wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a review. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up on Twitter or wingingitthepodcast@gmail.com.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Yeah, you better.
We'll talk to you next time.
We got some hits.
VC.
Peace.
Appreciate it, D-Wade.